Hey, do you ever in your head become a whiner, right? Have you ever been there? Like, you've got something to do, but you just you don't feel like, you got to do it, but just the thought of it is like, like, man, I have other things I'd rather do today. There's other things that would be more fun. And, some of my friends are out doing this, or my family's doing that, or there's a picnic or a trip to the park, and I've got to do this. And I will confess that kind of happened to me today. I was a little whiny in my head, not bad, but a little like, I don't really feel like doing this, but I have to. And you may think less of me, but I had to talk to two families to get some information for funerals this morning. Now, I can often tell you that it's extraordinary and it's a real blessing for me to go and speak to these families, but it's a Saturday and I kind of got caught up in, I'd like to do some other things, but I got to get this stuff done. So I kind of whined a little bit in my own head, like, okay. Now, here's the story. I go, and the first family I talk to, I find out that we have a lot in common. There's life experiences that we both share, that we've both gone through, and we were able to speak about the issues that we went through. And one of the things that I was able to share with them is that we have a grief share at our church, and it'll be starting up again in September. And the mom was like, I will definitely be there. This is something that I really can use. It's something that I can take and I can steep myself into it, and become a part of it. And I think it'll help me because she's grieving. The second family I went and saw, we're talking and I'm sharing and she's sharing, and it's a nice conversation. And she says, where's your church at again? And I told her, and she's like, well, what time are your services? And I said, okay, it's at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. And she said, how many people do you have? I said, well, right now for the year, we're averaging about 50. We're a small church. She goes, oh, my church, it's never been the same since COVID. We only have about 10 people on a Sunday morning. And she said, I really need to come somewhere and be a part of something and feel accepted and part of a family. And I'm like, well, we'd love to have you come. And so she said, I am going to come to your church this Sunday. Now, both families, if we hadn't run into each other this morning, who knows what would have happened, right? Maybe those conversations would never have happened if it wasn't here and now today. You see, because God puts us in such a time as this, in the right place at the right time, when people need to hear things, when they're ready, they're open, they want to hear the good news of Jesus. They want to open themselves up for some assistance and some help in their lives because they're struggling. And isn't that what Jesus always did? Jesus always made himself available to the people right there where they were, in their experience, what they were going through, and then he shared the good news with them. As we go through our days, even if we're whining in our head, may we make ourselves available. May we go where Jesus leads us so that he can be in the presence of those who need him the most. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.